and the lighting is not too good tonight. Sorry about that. So what we are going to do, oh, I got 3 people already. Awesome. I am going to make some cookies as I prepare to tell you guys for an exciting announcement that's coming up. So I have to do these, and we'll just kind of, oh, I got a little sign up thing going, but good to have you guys here. So today what we are doing, we have a birthday party tomorrow. It's a surprise, but I don't think he's watching. So my mother gave me this fundraising stuff, which leads us into some of the things I'm going to say that is exciting. So it's peanut butter cookie dough. Have you guys ever tried these fundraisers? So my mother was wonderful. Oh, let me grab the cooking spray real quick and we'll get started. But feel free to say hi, get the chat started. Nice having you guys here. All right, I'm getting the cooking spray. I forgot to grab it. Luckily, it's right here. Even though there's butter in the cookies, I like to spray the pans. But nice having everybody. All right, so we're just going to get this going. Need to set the temperature. What's everybody's favorite type of cooking or cookies? It's late, so my brain is not working right. Dog is here. You were in the wrong video. What video? Were you just, was it a live? Do I need to clear some out? I might need to do that. I finally figured out how to do it the right way. So, all right, 350. No, peanut butter. Yeah. Oh, peanut butter is only 300 degrees. Watching bun in the oven. Okay. All right. But I got a big announcement coming up in just a sec. Let me get this oven going. And I have been super thirsty today. I only had like some coffee and then I already drank one of these, but I'm drinking another one. Super dehydrated today. But nice having everyone. Dog says, and the mismatched towels. I know I have such a hard time with that. I'm going to have to go get 2 more. So 2 will match and 2 will match, and then I can switch it out. I have such a problem with that. That's my one. Yeah, I got to have matching towels. It really bothers me. Now I'm all like, ugh. All right, I'll relax. But as you see, I only have 2 of them. I had to take one out, and that still bothers me. Might just go down to 1. All right, so we have it preheated at 350. I was going to make chocolate chip. I do not have time for that. So the announcement. My big announcement. All right, so these fundraising cookies. I told you that we're talking about taking the kids over to Paris and London and Amsterdam, where my family's from. Dog says I have Christmas towels out and random ones, you would lose your mind. It doesn't matter at other people's houses. And at the baby shower, my cousin made these super high quality, amazing embroidered Christmas towels. And that was like a gift that everybody got to take home. It's so nice. I'm so tempted to hang it, but I'm waiting until after Thanksgiving. So yeah, dog, maybe you should come over here instead. Debbie says a narcissist will never change. Changes. All right, I'll say my announcement in a minute, but I have to say this. I was doing my homework, literal homework, because I'm working on my master's. All right, so this is the peanut butter. And I'll give you my gluten-free recipe, too, that is so easy. I think, Debbie, you've given me that, too. All right, so they're pre-done, which is nice. 3, 6, 9, 12, 50. So I'll have 30 cookies. That'll be enough. We're having cake and pizza tomorrow. So the one thing that they said is a person will not change unless they're in pain. Okay, so I want you guys to absorb that. A person won't change unless they're in pain. And there's a lot of truth to that. So whether you're an alcoholic and you lost all your money or your family or all those kind of things, you're a gambler, now you're in pain, you don't have money. So you're going to be in pain. You're going to change. You're going to change your ways. Or if you're smoking, maybe it's your physical ailments or the finances of it, or like I said, that one guy, people didn't want to date him because he was a smoker. So he was in pain that he was alone. Who knows if he changed. But And then what I like to do, you take your fork and you squish it one way and then the other. It gives it nice crisscross. They don't tell you to do that, but we're going to make it fancy. All right. So as far as being in pain, like the psychopath and sociopath, they really don't feel that pain. So they're not really as motivated to change. I'm frozen. Uh-oh. Let me know if it gets better. And it might be the weather. Tell me if I came back. Did I come back? If you guys, am I frozen on everything? What's going on with my internet? There we go. Is it working? I don't know, guys. This internet is too splotchy. I got the best that I could. What does it say? Picture yourself. Let me know, dog, if it came back. No, it's good on TikTok. Okay, good. Picture yourself in a boat on a river with tangerine trees and marmalade skies. I can do that. Mimi, good. Thank you. And there we go. Debbie, dog, is it working now? Hopefully. Why is it frozen? All right, so we're going to get these all ready so I can put them in the oven and just focus on you guys. So the narcissist, with the pain that they go through, they're just going to replace the person. If they feel in pain, such as low supply, they're just going to end up going on to somebody else. So I thought it was kind of profound how, hearing that, we're always wondering, will they change? They're just going to move on. It's like a job. It's good here. Okay. I'm back. All right. Sorry about that. So they can just find another person to go to. They don't have that connection. So when we break up with someone or lose someone, we mourn, we grieve, but even in a death, they don't feel the same that we do. They don't have those connections. Yay. I know. You scared me. All right. One more. Oh, I forgot to crisscross that one. So that was a big thing of understanding. Will they change? They don't care. They also think they're kind of invincible, or who cares? They're going to do their little vices. But the big announcement that I've been dying to tell you guys. All right. So I told you when I reached 5,000 subscribers, I didn't do it on YouTube yet, but I did it on TikTok. So here's the big announcement after I open this. Okay, so I told you guys when I get to 5,000, I will set up kind of like a meet and greet type thing. So I am in the process, and it should work. It should work. I can't make promises yet, but to have like a travel club to where we can travel places as a group, and we can either do it in the United States or we can do it in a different country. That is something that we can kind of chit chat about, come to a consensus. But what are your thoughts on that? Where would you guys like to go as a group? I got to see if there's any like fundraising kind of opportunities for you guys to get involved in if you would like for yourself. Your profits are your profits. It doesn't go to me. Just a way for you to afford. There's certain things that we can do so you guys can raise some money, but also garage sales are good. So good morning. Good to have you here. So what are your thoughts on that? I think that's exciting. I don't know what you guys think, but I think it's exciting. The kids at the high school were working on a trip to Amsterdam, London, and Paris. But they're guided tours, and the prices are pretty decent. So if you guys would be interested in that, I won't profit off it. I'll just, set it up for you guys. Morning. Did I oversleep? You mean me? What do you mean? Which one? You or me? Who? Did I oversleep? I took a nap today. Took a nice long nap, and I went to my dance class. So let me get these put in the oven so my hair's not in them. All right. Sorry about the chocolate chips. We'll have to make those on another evening, but I'll let you know if these are already good. Let's get these all crisscrossed. But how do you guys feel about that? I know a lot of you are like, will they? You always sleep, LOL. I sleep. I know people are like, you never sleep or you always sleep. If I tell you that I take my naps, it sounds like I sleep a lot. And if you don't know that I take naps, I seem always awake because it's like every couple hours I do something. So, yeah, Mimi, you know the secret. I need 10 hours, at least 10 or 12 hours. Women need more sleep than men, usually about an hour extra. So go nice on your female partners. They need more sleep. How many hours do you guys get a night? Or I should say, how many hours so you can feel good? Look how beautiful. Oh my gosh. This is so nice and easy. Oh, so the gluten-free recipe. Debbie, do you know which one I'm talking about? It's super easy and it's good. And hi, Sarah. Iceland. We can set, oh my gosh, that would be awesome. Iceland would be cool. My friend went there and seems beautiful. So if you guys are down for that, I will set that up. I just began the process about an hour ago. And I think we need to meet each other in person. I can even set up talks, or if you guys just want a nice relaxing kind of thing, we'll have to feel that out. But the prices are pretty decent. So, and it'll be all set up, so it won't be a pain in the butt. So, hello, I got, it was Rox and Matthew, but Sarah, yeah, Mike is here. I go outside and get S-Rock and rock my wife to sleep. What do you mean by that? Sister, hello, we are making peanut butter cookies. So here they are. There you go. Put them in the oven. And yeah, we should have learned our lesson last time of only doing like one tray at a time, but I can't stay up that late. All right, so the timer, we'll get Mr. Moo going. You're joking. Okay. All right. I hope so. All right, so it was for 15 to 18 minutes. We'll start with 15 so I don't burn them. Sarah says they have cheap flights between a certain date. Let me see what else you wrote. Your friend knows. Let me know. I know I was supposed to go to Australia, and then I ended up pregnant and saved up all this money to go to Australia. But luckily I had that money so I could live off of it when I had my daughter. But yeah, like going to Australia was cheaper based on the season, all that kind of stuff. Sarah, let me know. Iceland would be one to go. They're just blue. I think about you every time I put a color on. That is funny. Mike says, I'm glad to be here. And I'm glad you're here too. So, like I said, I'd like to know where you guys would like to go. Sarah would like to go to Iceland. I got to write these down because Iceland would be cool. I think it's kind of smart how the people from Iceland, they're like, we don't want all these people here. So we're going to call it Iceland and call the cold tundra Greenland. So people think it's nice and green over there. LOL. But yeah, Sarah, definitely let me know. All right, so we got this stuff cooking. Make sure Mr. Moo is ticking away. But tell me your thoughts on that. It sounds like Sarah might be down for it. And your eyes are so low. Are you getting tired? You're gorgeous. Thank you for the compliment. And Debbie says, I never use a timer. I go by smell. I do too, but not when I'm doing live. I cannot do that anymore. Yeah, I got to focus a little more. Yeah, I've learned that the hard way. Oh, I wanted to do my homemade cookies, but I took the extra pineapple upside down cake to school and gave it away, and they loved it. I had 2 pieces, so. But I really enjoyed the dance today. But I know a lot of us, we some of us still long. Will they change? And they have to feel that pain. And unless it's like an extreme mortification where, and sometimes too, you got to watch it too, that are they staying with you because they love you, or are they going to have so much pain about losing the house? So they'll stay with you so they don't have to give you half of the house. Sometimes intentions are important. Sarah says, I can't stay on long. Have to see a cardiologist tomorrow for a heart echo in the morning. They want me to do that too. April. Oh, April? He lives in Australia now, but he travels all over and loves it there. I traveled Europe. Oh, you lived in Sweden? I gotta hit this. I traveled Europe, lived in Sweden, but love anywhere over there or somewhere else. I know I'm thinking about going to Amsterdam because I have family over there and they're a little bit elderly, so I would like to see them. I'm getting all these pop-ups. This is crazy. And D Junior is here. So let me get rid of these pop-ups. I can see you guys. There we go. But gosh, you guys are quiet. Only Sarah, it's going to be just you and me. Nobody else is telling me where they want to go. Australia, we were going to go, I think in like August because it's kind of winter time there. But I got pregnant right when we were planning on going. So my daughter is my Australian trip. Still want to go there, but that's a long trip. Ron says, are they with you because you may inherit something, or you may be able to go pro or be famous? Exactly. Sarah said, yeah, it was expensive. Looking back, it's kind of nice that I didn't spend all that money. It would have been a trip of a lifetime, though. Debbie says, some of the stitches fell out. It's starting to look worse, but it's healing. Is it just because it's Debbie had surgery? And hi, Lynn, good to have you here. But it's healing. I saw the picture. It looked like a beautiful incision. So hopefully that's just kind of like the norm. A lot of scars will fade. I used to have really red scars, but I had somebody I knew 13 years and they're like, oh my gosh, what happened? I'm like, I've had these scars since I was 5. Other than my surgery was when I was 21, but at that time I knew him 13 years. Mike says, Olongapo City, Philippines for me. My first boyfriend, May 6th through May 26th, 1980. Yeah, I dated him for 20 full days. We broke up at camp, but he's from the Philippines. And Jason, if you're online right now, my first subscription holder, gotta do something special for you, Jason. Debbie says, I'll stick with Wisconsin. You're not going to go on the trip with us? Oh, my goodness. All right. Hey, you, blonde beauty. Thank you. Hi, Mom. Hi, good to have you here. Ron says, I've experienced this type of thing, was even told people at basketball, you leave me for someone hotter. Looks aren't everything. Loyalty means a lot. And you do something special for me. Well, good. So yeah, loyalty, there's not as much loyalty anymore. And I think part of it relates to religion. A lot more religious people kind of work through things. They also have a lot more faith. They also handle things differently. What is going on? Something just popped. I just lost. I'm getting pop-ups like crazy. GoPro. Oh, I was thinking about my GoPro today. I almost went out on my lake because it had nice waves today. But let's see what Sarah said. I got this notification right over it. Prague, that'd be cool. Yeah, we'll have to see where we end up. Maybe we'll have to end up doing a lottery. I'd like to do more than one trip. We'll get one going, then maybe I'll set up like 4 a year for you guys to pick and choose which ones you want to go to. Also give you time. They have payment plans. Still researching other places that do this. So I'll get you guys the best price, but also the safest. And I'm excited about that. Like, I promised you guys we would meet in person. So I think that would be a good first meet and greet. Debbie says, I saw my therapist today. He said, I'm just going through the grieving process. Yes. And the grieving process, there's those 5 stages of grief that you have to go through. And sometimes you flop. Now, is this about the past or what's going on currently? And we don't have to get too into it, but is it hook you up? All right, there you go. Hope you all have fun. Oh, Mimi, this is going to be a trip you're going to get to go to. You'll be able to eventually go. I don't know why I have like a glare right in the middle. Sorry for that. I don't know where it's coming from. Maybe it's a ghost. I'm starting to smell the cookies. You saw your therapist today. Do you guys see a glare right in the middle? Maybe it's, oh, it's when I stand up. Maybe it's coming off my computer. I don't know. That's weird. So anybody doing anything for Halloween? Halloween is a pagan holiday, so I'm not sure how I feel about it anymore. But you don't even know them, LOL. I don't either. You know them as well? Well, I know some a little bit better, but that's the exciting part. Ron says, I want to go to Australia or maybe go fishing for Siberian taimen. I don't think we're going to do a fishing trip. The overhead light. I don't think so. I know this has it, but there's something like right around here. Can you guys see me okay with a light like this? Oh, it's better than I thought. Is that better? Let me know if you like that better. Ron says I am. Yeah, I'll do what you want. Is that better or worse? What shoes am I wearing? I'm wearing my happy shoes. Ta-da! I'm wearing happy shoes today. So it is better. Okay. All right. Good. It's good to know. You're going to the through the bargaining stage. But was it on the past or current? Prague rhymes with Prague? Oh, yeah. Okay, Prague. All right. We'll go there and teach me how to say it right. Thank you. I appreciate that. Prague. Well, you know, Sarah, Prague. They say that usually people, they don't know how to pronounce it. They learn the word through reading, and I've never heard it said. Or if I have heard it said, I always thought it was Prague. Thank you, Prague. Ren says, taking out the rack of lamb. Did you make a rack of lamb? Oh my goodness. What you're going through. That makes sense. And that makes sense why you're in the bargaining stage. That's completely normal and it's frustrating. But yeah, there's times that you think about that serenity prayer to understand what we can and what we cannot change and to have the wisdom to know the difference. And, you know, your person has to go through that pain and decide, you know, I need to make a change. Hello, how are you doing, Henry? I am doing good. Good to have you back. Mimi says, I'm not going with strangers. I'll be there. I'll be there. You can share a room with me, Mimi. Okay, how about sea moss? You can grab some sea moss. Sarah says, does anyone get pissed off when they're grieving? Heck yeah. Yes. Yes, they feel helpless. They don't like the change of circumstances. Excellent question. And sometimes that some people cry. I cry when I'm frustrated. Sometimes I get real quiet, but there's other people, they'll throw their little temper tantrums, get real pissed off. Sometimes you might have them take that emotion out on the person that's closest to them. So instead of just being pissed off, they can either throw things or, bitch up a storm or take it out on you and nitpick, where they just want to control whatever they can control, what time you come home or all those kind of things. And sometimes it's hard to process, like, what is going on. And almost it's like, instead of expressing their feelings or realizing the situation, but yeah, they can definitely get pissed off. It happens a lot, actually, especially when it doesn't make sense. Like when I had my miscarriage, I was angry. I don't know if you would call that pissed off. I was kind of angry at God. But I can see people, through a divorce or a loss of a job, they're grieving that loss and they can be extremely pissed off. That's why you hear people going postal. They can lose a job and get pissed. So yeah, it depends on the situation. Good question though. I love when you guys ask questions. Some comments, me. What are you saying? I've never been called that before. Dog says, I'm wearing skeleton pajamas for Halloween, dressing up my skeleton in my pajamas. We are going to take photos. Will you share those with me? I would love that. I'll keep them just between you and I, but I'd like to see that. Last night I felt effed up. And explain that for me. What do you mean you felt effed up? Dog says, tofu and veggies. I had what we made last night. It wasn't you. Okay, my apologies. Maybe it was Mr. Inappropriate, Mr. Miss. Ron says, I used to love Halloween. Now I'm off put. I am planning to get a cool mask, but it will be after Halloween. Well, the narcissists, they got their mask on. Maybe they'll take it off for Halloween. That would be scary. Debbie says, I'm staying to myself and quiet. Okay. But yeah, sometimes the grieving process, we have to go through it alone sometimes, But how you said to go by the smell, I was like, I better check this. And as soon as that thought went through my head, all right, here we go. Oh, they're either perfect or burnt. Let's see. So far, so good. They look good, guys. All right, I like to take them off the plate, put them on a plate real quick. So they don't keep cooking. I'd rather have them cool down though, but they look like they're just perfect. So I'll take them off. I don't want them cooking anymore, but here you go. Homemade dish. Homemade dish. The only thing with taking them off early is they might. Okay, good. Oh, so I never told you. 1 cup peanut butter, 1 cup egg, or 1 egg. 1 egg, not 1 cup. 1 egg and 1 cup sugar. I like to add chocolate chips, but it's gluten-free. And look how beautiful. Oh my gosh. Come on over if you live in Michigan. There you go. I got free cookies. And you know I'm kidding because I'm going to bed. But, let me catch up on some messages. But yeah, Sarah, great question. Dog says, God grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. If you guys can, hi Turtle, if you guys can remember that, because there are things that we can't change. So what are we looking? Peanut butter cookies. You'd love a cookie. Jason, I gotta do something special. So far, Jason's my only subscriber for and Jason, Sunday I will do something special for you. So I gotta figure out what to do. I owe you that. Lovely looking plate. So these are peanut butter cookies for the birthday party tomorrow. And Jason, you're welcome to come over. Jason's a friend of mine. He can come over and have a free cookie. Sisters, nice cookies. Thank you. I'm sure they'll get eaten. Those kids are like vultures at my school. So Jason, I don't know if you heard, we're talking about like a travel type thing, and one of the places was the Philippines. Do you still have family over there? Do you talk to your family over there? I know your situation, so you might not. And Mimi says, I want a cookie. Henry says, oh, cookies look great. And so do you. Thank you. See, the way to a man's heart is through your cookies. All right, so we'll let these cool. It looks like they turned out really good. So I might recommend the cookies for the fundraiser. As far as the pizza, I was not crazy about the pizza at all. And then the garlic, the cheesy bread, that was all right. But the pizza, I did not like the pizza. And I know like Little Caesars isn't the best pizza, but it was a step down from, look how good those are. Ah, do you see? Kind of feel like I want to make more cookies. Yes or no on the chocolate chip? Your mom is there. Okay. Do you ever talk to her? Would you? I don't know. That'd be kind of neat. We're talking maybe the Philippines. I've heard, I have a friend. He's American, but he married a Filipina. And he, of course, with the American money, he bought a house right on the ocean. Actually selling it. I should find out how much he's selling it for. But yeah, he said he can live like a king out there on the US dollars. So some of you guys know that I was teaching English as a second language online, and he was doing the same thing. And man, his lifestyle compared to mine, he was living like a king right on the ocean, and really big place. Had a lot of property. But Debbie says, I have my grandson here tonight, and he was coughing. He just threw up. Oh my goodness. And Debbie said, or sister says, my phone is acting up. I have to get another one. Uh-oh. You just subscribed. Thank you. You're awesome, sisters. And thank you for the nice cookie compliment. Take him out on the boat. What do you mean? Jason? So there's, I guess, a lot of kids are getting sick. So be careful if your kid's getting sick, having a cough. There is like some pneumonia going around with kids. So just be aware of that. And Jason says, it's been a long time, at least 5 years since I've seen her. Oh, well, we should go back there. And do you have any desire to go back? What's your take on the Philippines? Was it nice over there, or? These are good. Perfect. I'm so excited. They look homemade. They're from the Little Caesars fundraiser. My mom gave me a box. Not really. It's tropical and pretty. Aw. So Sarah has suggested some places I can't pronounce. And Iceland and Prague, which I said Prague. Nobody's telling me where to live. Everyone told me, he told me where he was living. Excellent job, Martha Stewart Jr. Thank you. Oh, Run says, everyone told me save up and move to the Philippines. Okay, I get it. Or part of Vietnam or another place. And So Dog's wondering why they were telling you. Dog says, do you have feral kids that don't eat anywhere but in class? Oh, they are. Oh my gosh. They pretty much. And yeah, like, oh my gosh. I bring in like 3 Ziploc bags full of snacks and they're gone like in the first day or two. We don't. Oh, you don't say Filipina. Jason, do we say Filipina? Why not? Why don't we say Filipina? Jason, is that proper? What should I say? Jason, did I offend your females? Why not? The Filipinas I know. Even for the girls? Oh, just Filipino. Oh, see, I didn't know that. Even for the females? Oh my goodness. Really? Oh, well, my apologies. I will apologize for that. Are you offended? Oh gosh, I am sorry. Oh, so you're not sure about that? Can somebody Google that? I want to Google that. I think for the girls, I'm telling you, I'm trying to be polite. I'm looking it up. All right. Hopefully you guys can still see me. Yeah, it says gorgeous Filipina singles, but that doesn't sound like they're respecting the women. Filipina. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Ends with an F. You say Filipina. Yes. So you guys are telling me you're offended. Go Google it. Google those outdated glasses. You don't like my glasses? Everybody else does. Mimi says good night. I'm going to sleep. My eyes are closing. Mimi, you missed the comment from Star Guy. He doesn't like my glasses. Okay, that's all right. I know they're 1.5 years old. They must be outdated. All right, sleep well, Mimi. So Dog says we don't identify by labeling. Oh, okay. I get it. And Dog loves my glasses. And that's where it gets tricky, though, is I don't know. I don't know exactly how I feel about that because I don't know. Like I'm European and I never take offense to that. I don't know. And I was thinking about that earlier about Spanish and Spanish speaking. So part of it's generational too, but I get it. I get what you're saying. Mimi says they're just blue. I know, but they said they're outdated too. So they're blue and outdated. Mimi says, like, what's so special about them? They're blue. That's special. It's not the same. I will explain. Okay. All right. And I mean, I kind of get it, but I thought it was respectful in some instances, but I get it too. We don't want to segregate too. So yeah, no, but that's where it gets tricky. We have like a Hispanic Heritage Club at our school, and they're welcoming to everybody, but you learn about their culture and all that stuff. So is it necessarily always a bad thing to talk about things like that? I don't think it's always necessarily a bad thing, but that's me. Mimi says, I have no school Friday. I know, I have to go in. I have school, but the kids don't. So I have to go to professional development, and I get to go out to lunch with my teacher friends. So that would be nice, something to look forward to. And they were kind. What a good group of people. I told them I wasn't crazy about the restaurant we were going to. Just people by their nationalities and things like that. Jason says, learn their language too. I'll tell you what. I would not mind doing that. Going to like France. I know a little bit of French, so I'm going to refresh on French. I need to learn a little Dutch to go over on that trip. But if we went to the Philippines, I would definitely learn. Is it Tagalong? Who was it? Dog that told me that? Is it Tagalong that they speak? Is that a difficult language? And do they use the American alphabet? The hardest was studying Chinese and Japanese because they don't use letters. That was hard. Characters. I have a cool book though, how it relates to like tiger, the way they do the symbol kind of creates like a lion face and the woman, and it's really interesting. It's kind of symbolic. Hey, from New Jersey. Thank you for the compliment and the follow. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. Mimi says, are you going live tomorrow? Because if you are, I can't join. Why not? Oh my goodness. Yeah, I'll be going live tomorrow. But, well, that's sad. But I want you to live your life. Thank you for the follow. But yeah, this weekend I'll do another cooking show. Bible study. That's good. That's good. I like hearing that. And thank you, Dave, for the follow. I appreciate that. Scott Allen is here. If I was a boy, I would have been Scott Michael. And then if my sister was a boy, she would have been Scott Michael. And then if my other sister was a boy, she would have been Scott Michael. And my mom just didn't have any more boys. So Grace is here. Good to see you, Grace. Hey, beautiful. We just made some cookies. I've been doing like some cooking shows. And I have a birthday party celebration tomorrow at the school. Shh, he's probably sleeping. And but yeah, good to have you here. I know Grace has gone through a lot of stuff. She is a survivor. She's a trooper, and one of these days she'll do a podcast with me, hopefully. But you know, we all have gone through like some crazy stories and in our lives, and it's amazing. I watch people walk around, or when we had a meeting after school on Monday, and I just look around, and you know, sometimes you see people fidgeting. You can kind of tell they have maybe ADHD or something, but you just think like, what have these people been through? And I just met up with my friend, and we went to dance class. Oh, that's what I want to talk about. But yeah, he just lost a friend, and but yummy, yes. You're just getting over pneumonia, Grace. We were just talking how, did your kids get pneumonia too? She's got some little ones, and I was just saying how there's like pneumonia going around. That can be terrible. Do you know if you had the bacterial or the viral? But hopefully you're feeling better and all that good stuff. Poor thing. How long were you sick for? I know that's no fun. I winked at Grace to tell her that I want her to do a podcast with me. She's got an interesting story. She's a survivor. She's a fighter. Now I got you up. So yes, I was winking at Grace. I'm not flirting with her, but trying to manipulate her. That's my narcissistic tendency, I guess. Trying to manipulate her. Not really. She can tell me no. But just all the trauma. So anyways, I was with my friend today, and we went to our dance class, had a great time and laughing, and we get real silly with each other. And afterwards, we were just kind of chit-chatting, and he tells me that his friend died, and his friend needed to borrow $1,500. And my friend is very generous, very generous. And since that person was really good about paying back in the past, he ended up lending him $1,500. And he was saying that this guy was like a survivor, that, you know, he used to dabble in the big H and some unhealthy type of pharmaceuticals. And he was sober for many, many years. And he was really supportive to all these people who are like, I don't know, I'm kind of thinking about hopping back on the bandwagon, and he's like, no, man, I got you. And he ended up falling to his addiction and ended up getting something that was laced and passed away. So don't do it, because people lace it. It's not always what you think it is. But the point of the story that I want to talk about is for the $1,500. The guy had told my friend, I'll pay you back because I'm getting my like 401k, I'm cashing it in and I'm getting $9,000, so I can pay this $1,500 back. So my friend's like, okay. But he had that money, which led to the temptation. And so he passed away. And my friend was talking to his sister, and he's like, you know, he did owe me $1,500. Now, right now, I want you guys to think, if your brother just passed away and a friend says, well, he owed me $1,500, would you believe it? Or would you think they're trying to scam you for money? And then I want to talk about that. Gray says bacterial and the kids had a cough. That's it. But it took me, got that pop up. It'll come up. Took you down for 6 days so far. Oh my gosh. Yeah, definitely get some rest. That's terrible. And did you have a really bad cough with it? I know I had real bad bronchitis. And my dad had pneumonia. Pneumonia is, yeah, that's nothing to laugh at. Mimi says it feels like I'm getting a cold. Uh-oh. Now's the time to rest up. So, and if YouTube can tell me, are you guys still here? Your throat hurts. Uh-oh. That's not good. Drink some hot tea and honey. Shouldn't give honey to babies under 2 years old because of the spores. But I have to say that because my sister was born in 1975. I was born in 1970. And I swear they had sugar water, honey water. I'm not sure, but maybe it's just sugar water. But don't give honey to babies. But it's good for us. Also buy local honey. Lee, good to have you here. I think forget about it. The money is gone. Grieve and take the loss in prayer. And yeah, so he didn't. Yeah, he kind of mentioned it, and it's like, okay, you know, she is grieving. So he didn't really pursue it. But I'm saying, as far as what she would think, how she would interpret it would be based, in my opinion, on her previous experiences with other people. So if she had really good experiences with people and she like never saw anybody scam anybody. Now, we all have seen that, but she would probably be more trusting and more willing to make amends with that money. But if she came from a spot where, from her previous interactions with people, where she sees people scamming, or, you know, she's dealt with narcissists or just extreme takers, as my podcast buddy Sven says, she's going to be more like, dude, I can't believe that's so shady. This guy passes away and you're using that to get money from me. So I think that can give you an example of how people perceive certain things. He's on an antibiotic. Grace, they give you antibiotics. I know there's viral and bacterial pneumonia. I'm trying to remember. I used to know which one is worse. I think the bacterial is the one that's worse, which you would think viral would be worse because they can give bacterial antibiotics. But I think it's the bacterial that's worse. Grace says, I would need more info if I were the sister. I wouldn't get step straight out of accusing of a scam. Thank you for sharing that. So Grace, do you think you're more of a trusting person? Because, you know, narcissists can use that to their advantage, to where that's why a lot of times, you know, the person that they end up with is a really kind-hearted person, because they're more apt to give. And yeah, to be aware that there are takers out there. So I think that deceased person would have paid him back. I do believe that. But I just thought it was interesting because we judge everything in our lives based on our previous interactions. A lot goes back to childhood, but I know some of you had your experience with your narcissist later in life. Dog says, I have a s'mores brownie recipe if you want it for the kids at school. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Can I make it now? I got marshmallow. Oh, I don't have graham crackers. I don't have graham crackers. Oh, that sounds good. Oh my gosh. Yes. I definitely want that. These cookies are right by my face. They smell so good. Debbie says he has strep throat. Oh, strep throat can be horrible. Horrible. I think I've had it, not a severe case, but my goodness, trying drinking orange juice or something is so painful. Grace says, I've learned over the last 5 years to be more trusting. Got that pop-up coming. With caution. Yeah, because we don't want to be hypervigilant. So Grace was on antibiotics and steroids. Okay. Well, I'm glad they were taking care of you. But yeah, there comes a time where you look back on your life and you're like, why did this happen to me? And you know, we don't want to completely shut people out. We have to be fair to people, you know, not bring our traumas onto them, to give them a fair shot, but with caution. And that's why we should proceed with, you know, a slower, oh my gosh. Thank you for Wayne. Thank you so much for the gift. I appreciate that. Number one gifter, and hey from Montana. You're so sweet. You're a hermit by nature. Have you always been that way, or is that a trauma response? Let's talk about that. Is that a trauma response or who you are? I want a cookie so bad. I get it though. Like a lot of times too, though, is if you've been through trauma, it is sometimes easier to step away and just, you know, screw it. I'm fine by myself. But yeah, some of us can be content, you know. So I think if I like how it says I'm a hermit by nature. I think if you live in nature, it's a lot easier to be a hermit. I'm more of a hermit now that I'm on the lake. Wayne says, hanging by a fire with my fur baby. Pab? Samson. Oh, what kind of pup or pub? Where's P? Pub is Pab. But yeah, sitting by the fire is really nice. Where are these pop-ups coming from? Oh, maybe I'm bumping it. Okay. But thank you so much for that gift. And what do you guys think getting older? Is it a lot harder making friends? And dating is a little crazy now. Yeah, I don't know. Lee says these narcs are a virus. Yes, and I've talked about that, how it is like an infection. And that's how you get your generational trauma. Also how it sometimes bleeds into us, where we might start having narcissistic stuff, narcissistic. But you say it takes years to move on. Don't let anyone fool you. And that's true, because it's not like a regular breakup. You had that deep connection that you thought was real, and it's because of that intermittent reinforcement. Plus, you also have cognitive dissonance. You got the brain fog, and it's really hard to process this stuff. And of course, you know, they have that pattern of always coming back. Wayne says definitely try. Yeah. And that's the thing. I'm glad you recognize it though. So Wayne even says definitely a trauma response. Wife passed away a couple of years ago and was our retired house. I'm sorry for that. How long were you together? Wayne says thought about dating, but just not feeling it. And, you know, It's okay. You know, we don't have to have um, someone in our lives to be okay, you know. And if it's meant to be, it'll be. And it's okay to take time to grieve. Um, you know, some of us feel sometimes like we're cheating on the deceased spouse, but you know, it's till death do us part. So um, it's hard. It's hard. You got feelings of like guilt or anger or all those kind of feelings. So just take your time and, you know, don't dismiss the opportunity, but if it's not right, take time. You said, I was fortunate to have a soulmate. My kids uh, stay on me about dating. I was with her for 42 years. Yeah. Well, you were definitely blessed. You were definitely blessed. So I'm happy to hear that. Sometimes, you know, even just if you can look back and say you had 1 year with the love of your life, it can give you some great memories. So you had 42 beautiful years and kids, I'm assuming with her. I'm probably correct, but that's excellent. Grace says, "Oh hell yes, it's harder. I'm still single after my next narcissistic ex, and that trauma train. Then looked back, and now I'm 40, single mom with kids and work full time. There's no time to make friends and forget about. You gotta click see more. Forget about relationships. Um, you know, I think things happen for a reason, and you know, this is some time that you can focus on your kids, and um, you know, when the time's right. She's beautiful. She beautiful, sweet. But yeah, her person did a number on her, and yours was a pretty extreme case. So there is. I gotta let my dog out. You gotta go potty. All right, hold on, guys. One sec. One sec, guys. All right, go potty. Um. So yeah, just take it slow when it's time. But right now you got those kids, and life is harder. Life is harder, but you'll get through it. And there's a lot of lessons that have been learned. I'm sure you've learned a lot about yourself. And can I ask you this? Has it pushed you to do better in certain aspects of life? Because you know, sometimes the traumas we go through can actually make us a better person. It's like, can I just do it a different way? But Grace is a survivor. Wayne says, just hard making connections. Just don't feel any of the same connections. Not fair to expect. Um, maybe I've been a savior for me. Wait, my Labrador. Oh, is it a black lab? Has been a savior for me. He gets me, no judgments. And, you know, when you're really struggling, sometimes an emotional support doesn't even have to be like a registered or professional one. My Dixie do. Um, Dixie is awesome. I don't have her as a support animal. My daughter had two kids, and so it was a little difficult. So I ended up taking on the dog. But my goodness, she's really sweet. Lee says a good therapist helps survival, but the narcs enter the soul. Here is when only the heavenly spirit can help. And I know a lot of you guys in last night's um, chat were talking about the empty feeling, and that I think is the only void that can be filled. Um, Spiritually is what I believe. Debbie says, I highly doubt my narcissist will come back. He's afraid of me, the empath. Ooh. All right, guys. Dog. I guess. Oh, I'm writing it down. Hold on. I do not want to lose this. Okay, so here's the recipe, guys. All right. Make sure my pen works. Okay. So 1 box brownie mix. This is going to be good. Box of graham crackers. Bag of marshmallows. Okay. Do you guys write fast or slow? I'm pretty fast, but it's super messy. Do you crumble them? You just put it on? Line pan with graham crackers. I'll show you my writing. You guys will laugh at it, but I can read it. It's like code. Oh, that's easy. I bet that's good. Do you crush the graham crackers? That's all I need to know. Pour batter over, cover with. Do you use mini marshmallows? Maybe I just don't have graham crackers. Here it is. Look at my writing. Look at how beautiful. I have the worst writing. That comes from law school and nursing school. You got to write as fast as you can. Plus, I have that bump right there that's causing my finger to be crooked. It's my control finger, so that doesn't help. Wayne says, I feel like I hurt people by not wanting to get close. I care, but I get anger and frustration when you reciprocate. And that's the thing. That's why sometimes it gets. I have like right here. There's like a lump, and it was from when I was an art teacher sharpening so many pencils, colored pencils, and all that. But it could be a Dupuytren contracture, but that would be pulling more. I don't know. So I did go to a hand surgeon, and it's kind of risky. So I don't know. I need a second opinion because he's like, we can remove it, but it might make it worse. But I don't know. It's affecting my writing really bad. Like when I try to write a check, I have to write like 3 or 4 sometimes. And then I can't do, I see some kids, you know how they kind of write or they do it different. But yeah, it's the one finger I care about. I find myself talking about her when I have dated. Doesn't help, and it's not fair. They don't care. Yeah, for one thing, they want to move on. They want to have a relationship with you, and that's where we talk about living in the moment. Because, to be fair to a new person, if you're going to develop hopefully a life with them, that you're still living in the past. And that's where you have to accept what is and take that first step. If you're not ready to take that step, you're going to be stuck. And that's kind of a trauma response. You got that fight, flight, or fawn. And when you're ready, you'll be ready. But as far as like how sometimes people are like, that person's such a narcissist, it could be sometimes CPTSD or depression or all kinds of other things that it's really hard to tell who the true narcissist is, because those people are like, he won't open up to me, he won't call me back, or we went on a great date and then all of a sudden just don't ghost people, just say thank you for your time. It's just not a connection. I think that if we have somebody open their heart to us through our interactions with them, that we should at least acknowledge. But I get it. Like, I don't like dating. My kids get livid. I am content, but so lonely, just stuck. So you're asking how long is my hair? All right, let's see. I did this. I'll show you. It's so funny. I got so many views on it. All right, so I can show you. There we go. It's right down to like right around here, right at my belt. I do not. Grace, what about you? I hate high-waisted jeans. Hate them with a passion. Let me let my dog in. Come on, good pup. Dixie, come on. Come on, Dixie. Come on. Dixie. Come on, good pup. You coming? All right, she's not. She's walking around right now. She's. Oh, dang it! I gotta do this. They give me a little puzzle I have to do. Nice hair, pretty. Thank you. So your kids want the best for you. Your kids do want the best for you. So I'm gonna have to go back out. Tonight is a perfect night. Oh my gosh, this is like the best night. Today there was a little bit of commotion, some smaller waves. So you could hear the crashing of the waves on the lake, and then you hear the rustle of the leaves, and it's just the right temperature, the right humidity. Is like the best night, nice and windy. I love windy nights. So thank you for the compliment. I appreciate that. My wife always complained because I never communicated. Now I spew negative. Do you know what's causing that? I'm going to ask what you feel. Samson listens and tries to sit in my lap. Truly an angel. So Samson is there. Samson is there. And, you know, with the emotional animals, they're good to get you by. But we are human, and we do need human interactions. Have your dog give you some comfort. But my mommy is here. Mom, I'll go to bed soon. Next time you see me, you better bring me peanut butter cookies. These are from my Mooter mom. I like to call her Mooter. But these are the ones you gave me right here. We have a birthday party tomorrow. So thank you, Mooter, for the peanut butter. Yes, I will bring you some cookies next time. Also, Dog had given us just now, Dog Defender, gave us a recipe for brownie s'mores. So would you prefer brownie s'mores or peanut butter cookies? So I don't know, maybe I'll bring both. I got in a loop of talking about her, and that's normal. That is normal. And there comes a time, though, that during that trauma response that we have to realize, whoa, we are overloading people. And that's where we have to process some of our own emotions. And that's part of getting stronger. Or talking to a therapist. I'm also a life coach. Sometimes we do need to talk about it. I'm not saying to bottle it up, but to understand that sometimes we can overload people, and we're also pushing them away to where we're hurting so much that that's when we need the attention. And our friends and our family will give us some attention, but it's also unfair to them when we kind of trauma dump on them. So sometimes you can disperse it between different friends or different family members, but when you talk all the time about that, you're not going out experiencing other things. You're keeping yourself in that loop. So I understand it, though. I completely understand it. And Debbie says it's 76 here. It's beautiful here. And yeah, I would. It's so nice here right now. Mom, how warm is it supposed to be? I love it when my mommy joins in. I will bring you cookies, I promise. I'll have to do like a Saturday night cooking show and then bring you stuff on Sunday, because you've been taking me out for food every time I come. So I need to get a new screen. Hey, picks up when I'm really down and lays his head on my lap. I know my dog, she did it where she actually like put her paws on my shoulders like she was giving me a hug. So sweet. Thank you again for the post or share. Just don't like to talk up to family and friends. Just good to vent. Sometimes we need to vent, you know. Like Sarah was asking earlier, do people get pissed off in the grieving process? Heck yeah, they do, you know. Sometimes extremely pissed off. Lee says, hi, Mama. See, Mom? People love you. Nice you are here with your daughter. Yeah, she's on. I had 3 platforms open. So did you have a good day, mommy? Oh, I hear my dog. Dog's at the door right now. All right. Come on, good pup. Come on, good pup. You can hear the wind whistling. There's a good Dixie. All right. Mom, Debbie says I had to work on myself and figure out why I was so lonely. I did a lot of praying and reading God's word. And that's good to do. And also, there were times that I'm around people all the time. And there's times that you're still lonely. So whether you go to church or you go to work or you, I don't know, go to some neighborhood function, and you can still feel really lonely. And the reason for that is allowing your mind to wander, that you're not taking in the sights and the sounds and the people, and because you're in a state of need. And sometimes when we give to other people, when we listen to other people, that it actually fills us up too. And Grace says, I better get some sleep. My daughter just woke up and now I'm in bed. LOL. Always love catching you on live. Hugs, my friend. Let me know when you want to chat about the podcast. You're still willing, Grace, whenever you are ready. I want you to feel better, but we're doing it this week. We're going to do it this week. You just tell me. I'll be ready. Yay. You guys will love it. Cool. Get some rest and let's do it this week. We'll do it this week. Sleep well, and I hope you feel better. So Users is here. Hello. Thanks for the compliment. Church, family, friends wanting to play matchmaker. I get it. Yes, just wanting to happen naturally if it's meant to be. I get it. I like the organic, natural way of meeting people. That's hard in today's climate. So, but sometimes too, it's kind of nice if they know what you like. And that way too, they might have some insight. Is this a good person? They might know their history. So just take some time to grieve. You still need some time, I think. And just remember, we're going to feel more whole when we have a support group. You have a wonderful dog. Your dog can cuddle with you, snuggle with you, let you just talk and talk, but can't really bounce ideas off of a dog or get different perspectives. So people are important. So you also have your family, though. It sounds like your kids are great. How many kids do you have? You are welcome. And thank you for the follow. Dog says matchmaker, I feel, is a lot safer. And that's kind of where I was going with that. So you're following me. Thank you. And like I said, we have that where, Grace, I don't know if you're still here. Sleep well. But we were talking about traveling. Because I now have 5,000 viewers on TikTok, and I'm growing on YouTube, and I got like 7,000 almost on Facebook. So, and I can get it. Like Dog says, I always bounce ideas off my dogs, but do they give you good insight? Sometimes it's like we already know what we're gonna do, but just talking about it comes the answer. You had 3 kiddos, meanwhile, but Lord, they are pushing. So that's where you come in and say, look, I don't want to talk about for another month. Discussions closed. You can kind of set some boundaries. You say, I'm not ready to talk about that. Hey, y'all, good to have you here. Dog says the best advice. The best advice. Okay. Well, let's see. Dixie, should I go to bed? Should I go to bed? Go to bed? The best advice. You should see her face. She's like, what the heck? It's good? Yeah. I know. You have no idea. You're so sweet. She's so sweet. All right. It is 1 o'clock. So Lee says, I'm a sub for a long time. Nice to see you this morning. You are so relatable. Well, nice to have you here. And okay, so I'm a teacher. So when I said sub, saw this up, but you're a subscriber for a long time. I appreciate that. And it is so nice having you in live. Debbie says, I told him before he passed away that I will still stay loyal to him. And that's a choice for you. But I don't necessarily know if he would want that, because you were loyal during your time with him. And sometimes those promises are protective because we might be afraid to move on, or we might not want to process, like we might feel guilty. And I went through those stages. But I get it. I get it. So I need to do more biblical research on that too. But I think you are allowed to move on because you fulfilled your contract, that till death do us part. So, but yeah, it's a lot of risk. It's a lot of risk in relationships. So sometimes it's like, is it worth it? Wayne says, recently took a cruise with kiddos and their family and trip to Italy by myself. Makes me feel more guilty that you're enjoying life without your deceased wife. And I only say it that way because some people just join in later. I'm not trying to be insensitive. But I get it. And I told my ex, I said, and I noticed a terrible pattern with this, terrible pattern. Every time I had fun, every time I had the nicest time, I was mad. I would cry and get angry because I wasn't sharing it with him. And it was really hard to have nice times. In the moment, I had a lot of fun and laughed and it felt good. And thank you so much for the compliments. But I realized every time I have fun, I would get upset. So Debbie, well, you know, I understand he said, okay. I don't think that's him saying you need to. He probably was trying to be supportive of thinking what you felt you needed at that time. So I'm not trying to talk you either way. I'm just trying to say that it's a possibility if you decide to have a partner again. But I get it. Lee says you can have fun, but there is always a price to pay. Ooh, that is true. But we were not together anymore. We were not together anymore. And going through that grieving process, that everything has like that butterfly effect. Debbie says, I just like being me and I'm sticking to it. You seem to be doing pretty good. So I'm not going to push you into being with anybody. You do seem, you're still social. You still talk to people. You still get out and do things. So you had your years with him. And if you're happy with that, you seem to be doing good as far as all that kind of stuff. So not going to push you into it. I go from laughing to crying because the guilt for having a good time. I get it. I get it. It's the weirdest thing. You're like, woo, why am I about to cry now? So I get it. But it is past 1 o'clock where I am. And I would love to stay up another 2 hours with you guys. But if I do that, I'll sleep through my alarm. I don't like being irresponsible. So I do need to log off. My oldest and his wife were consideration of split, but after her passing and talking to them, they were considering splitting. Commitment, so that was a blessing. Yeah. Sometimes, people think the grass is greener on the other side, and it's not always that way. Lee says, my comment related to living with a narc. Oh, yeah. Yes, I agree with that. But I appreciate, I love that you said that I'm relatable and all that good stuff because sometimes just relating really helps. Debbie says there's more behind that. I'm too old to give a crap. I get it. Commitment is a blessing. Hard to find, but we can only do our part. 1:10 in the morning. So as soon as it hits 1:11, then we'll log off. So yeah, thank you guys so much. We have uh, Zaku. How do I say that? What to do? A 26-year-old man that loves an older woman. How to talk to them. Just be yourself. You're fully comfortable with them. So yeah, just gotta be, you know. Zek. I think that's how you're saying me to say it. Nice to. I've never heard that name. That's a cool name. Lisa, thanks for the chat. Thank you too. Lots of love to you guys. And I will see you tomorrow night. And maybe we'll cook something, but we'll cook something this weekend for sure. All right. Sleep well, guys. Thanks for liking and subscribing. And feel free to share if it'll help someone. One-on-ones are available. Topic requests are welcome. Good night.